Hey guys, well, here we have my enclosure, which is built. Finished it about a week ago. I have two bearded dragons. See if we can see here. We have the female, which I call the Amber. Um, so as you can see, it's a simple enclosure. It's about the measurements. It's 3.5 feet long. It's 1.5 feet tall and 2 feet deep, I believe. As you can see, I have in here. I put tile. Now what I did, because I didn't want to cut it or anything, what I did was I measured the tile, and as you can see, they're little squares, and I made the checkers, and I did brown and white. Um, so, and you can see there a little bit. Have a little baseboard just to cover up the edges. The little house, the little moss inside. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's really hard. The water dish, food dish, I just fit in crickets, so you know they're pretty full. I'm gonna be putting in some cilantro and some other veggies in them for him. So there's a female. There's the gauges. For right now, I have the temperature, and the hydrometer, which is the humidity. You can see on the right, it's the heat bulb, and then on the left is the night light. It's a black light. I think the heat lamp, it's 75 watts. Didn't want to go too high because it's kind of hard to be adjusting the heat. And as you can see on top, there's the tube, the UVB tube, whatever they're called. Anyways, there's a divider. It's just in there just for now. So I can just take it off and put it in anytime I want. I want to see if I can breed them later on. They're right now, they're about 8 months old, I think, both of them. She's Sandfire Tiger Dragon. I think that's what they told me it was. I got it here locally from a breeder. She's about, I think, 12 inches, I think, somewhere in there. Anyways, over here we have the male. There he is. And same thing, well, just rocks, a little few plastic plants, gauges, the heat lamp, night light, and like, well, I guess you can see here more clearly. There's a baseboard going around it. He's about 15 inches long, I think, somewhere in there. I measured him last week, so I don't really remember. Anyways, well, the tank itself, like I said, I don't know if you can see all the angles. As you can see there, they're cut in a 45-degree angles. As you can see in the top too, right there. Let's see, let's get away from the light a little bit. So as you can see, when you close it, you know, there's no since it's made of plywood, you know, you don't see, like here, I don't know if you can see, let me see, see the layers. So I made it 45 angles, that way you don't see the cuts. So anyways, as you can see inside, but see, once I close it, then there's no layers. So I made it that way. I thought it was, you know, a little bit neater, cleaner. Let's see what else. I have the net. Here, as you can see. One more thing. As you can see, this is glass. I don't want to tap it too hard, but you want to see, you heard of that? Just make sure that's glass. And I just put the little shells right here, just for like the little handles. The way to cut glass, it's really simple. You get one of these. It's a glass cutters. It has a little rolling ball right here, and then another hard ball. So what you do, you can get these in any local stores. So you just put it down. You just firmly, press down, and you go across. But first you have to dip the little wheel. Water will do fine. You can. I bought the kit, which it came with the little bottle of oil, but it doesn't really matter. You can maybe use baby oil or water. It'll do fine. What you do, you just make a line across, or make a circle, or however you want to do it, and then just break it. Just bend it, and it'll break right on the line. Just make sure not to make two lines. Like if you mess up, try not to go over it, because if you do, you're gonna get when you break, it's gonna break in one line, and if you want to break it, oh, there he goes. And if you want to break it, it's gonna be a little bit harder. So make sure you do it properly, and watch out for the glass. Sometimes you can hurt yourself. So anyways, it's really easy. If you want to see it more clearly, you just go, just log onto YouTube and just put in how to cut glass with the glass cutter, or just how to cut glass, and I'll show you. It's really simple. Here, what I did, as you can see, it's one piece, but instead of I did the hole with the jigsaw. It's really simple too. Like I said, it's really simple. As you can see, it's one solid piece. There's no cuts or angles or anything. So on top I did the same thing, but there's two separate holes that you can see here. See, it's just one piece. There's no cutting or anything, and little knob just to lift it. And then the netting for crickets not to get out. But here, just some simple hinges just to hold it. So see, as you can see, and then right in the middle right here, we have just a bar just to support, just in case. Down here we have the cricket keeper, which I decided to put it on a 10-gallon reptile cage. It's a lot easier, a lot better to maintain your crickets alive. You can see the food. You might be able to see some crickets in there. Oh, there we go. Here we have the light regulator. That's how I regulate the lights. Turn back on. They're tagged just so I won't forget. Over here we have the feeder tank, which I prefer to put them in here. Sometimes I put them in the cage, but it's always better just when I have time, I put them in here. When I have to go out quick or something, I'll just put some crickets on the tank, and that way they'll eat them. Anyways, there's a 20-gallon tank with the little carpet just so they can walk better. Here we have the crickets' food. Some more light bulbs in the back. The vitamins and calcium. Now you want to do that about every 2-3 days. It's very good for them. It's so they can be healthy. What I do, and what's easier for me, I put them in a little bag where they come from. Let's say you buy them at any pet store or anything. When you buy crickets, they come in this little bag right here. Come in this little bag. So what I do, I count the crickets, or just put as many as they're gonna eat inside the bag, and then put like a pinch or two of each inside, and shake them, and that way the crickets will get powder, and I just put them in the tank, and just put the dragons in there, and they'll eat. So anyways, this is my enclosure. The box itself, it's made out of white oak. Now if you decide to make it out of this, make sure you sand the inside really good, and make sure it's really smooth, because if not, the crickets will crawl on the walls, and if you have any kind of any little holes, anything on top, they'll get out. The floors, I forgot to mention in the beginning, they're grouted with the silicone. I didn't want to put the grout because I seen that it cracks a lot, so didn't want to make sure water doesn't go through or anything when like the water balls splash or anything, or when I spray the dragons, so so it won't rot the wood. So I decided to go with that. For the glass itself, if you are a good handyman, let me see if I can show you. I made my own what do you call it, divider, or a slider, whatever. I just forgot what they're called. See if I can remember right now. Anyways, I made my own. That way there's no gaps in between. You can buy them, but that way there's no gaps. They will slide really nice. I think that's about it. So, if you guys have any questions, I might be able to help you out. So just put them on. Let's see, I'm trying to think of something else. Anything else that might I remember. Well, I guess that's it. That's it, guys. So, well, here, just want to show you in the beginning some of my models I made. And then we have some more over here. Oh, we have some katanas there. Some more models over here. So that's about it, guys. Well, thank you for watching. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to help you with as much as I can. Just to end it, I would like to give a special thanks to a friend of mine, Armando. He was the one that helped me build the tank and lent me some of his tools because I didn't have most of them. Simply what you need to make something like this, you need the wood, of course. You need a table saw. You might not need it, but it's always better to make straighter cuts than a jigsaws doing it by hand, so it's a lot better and a lot straighter. So you need a table saw, a chop saw, a nail gun, a jigsaw. I don't know if I mentioned it already. A jigsaw to make the holes. Let's see what else. And well, if you want to use it, wood glue. The total of the cost, what I paid for this tank, including everything, was about $200. That's because I went with oak. If I would have just got any cheap wood, it would be a lot more cheaper. But I just decided to go with the oak. I like, as you can see there, I like the grain. I like to see the grain. Oh, and the outside, I forgot to mention it. I put, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark in here. So, what I made it of, it's red mahogany. It's painted with the red mahogany. So as you can see, the grain is still there. Looks really nice. You can see here. See, there's no layers of plywood. It's just a corner. So, anyways, well, thank you guys for watching. Soon I'll be putting up a video about how to cut the glass, just so you guys can know how to cut glass. And well, that's about it. Thanks, guys.